Look at her, everyone. Beautiful, isn't she? My mother's voice echoed through the reception hall as 200 guests turned to stare at me. You know what I see when I look at her. I smiled, expecting something sweet. Something loving. This was my wedding day, after all. I see the biggest mistake I ever made. The champagne glass slipped from her fingers. Crystal exploded across marble. Someone screamed. My fiancé jumped up, shouting. But I just stood there, frozen in my $15,000 dress. As my mother smiled at me, actually smiled, and continued destroying me in front of everyone I'd ever loved. That was the moment I decided to burn it all down. But here's what nobody knows. My mother's cruelty that day. It wasn't random. It wasn't just alcohol or wedding stress or some moment of honesty gone wrong. She planned it. She wanted to destroy me. And when I found out when I discovered the secret she'd been hiding for 28 years, I didn't just walk out of that wedding. I took everything from her. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and see it through to the end. We're always curious. Where in the world are you all watching from today? Let us know in the comments. My name is Sarah. I'm 28 years old. And this is the story of how my own mother tried to ruin my life, and how I made sure she'd regret it for the rest of hers. Growing up, I was the golden child who could never quite shine bright enough. Straight A's. Mom would mention how her friend's daughter got into Harvard, made the volleyball team. She'd sigh about how she'd been captain in her day, got engaged to Daniel, a successful architect from a good family. Finally, I'd done something right. She cried actual tears when we told her. She hugged me for the first time in years and whispered, "I'm so proud of you, sweetheart." I should have known something was wrong right then. The wedding planning was intense. Mom took over everything, and I mean everything. The venue, the flowers, the guest list, the dress, even my makeup artist. "I just wanted to be perfect for you, darling," she'd say, squeezing my hand. "You deserve the world." Daniel thought it was sweet. "She's finally coming around," he'd say. "She really loves you, Sarah." I wanted to believe that so badly. The wedding day arrived September 14th, at the Ashford estate, because Mom insisted nothing but the best for her daughter. The morning was a blur of hair curlers, champagne I didn't drink, and bridesmaids fussing over my dress. Mom was everywhere, directing everyone like a general commanding troops. She looked stunning in her emerald gown, every inch the proud mother of the bride. The ceremony went perfectly. Daniel's vows made me cry. I stumbled over mine, but he just smiled and squeezed my hands. When we kissed, the crowd erupted. My heart felt so full I thought it might burst. Then came the reception. Everything was beautiful. The band was incredible. The food was exquisite. People kept coming up to congratulate us, telling us how perfect we were together, how lucky we were. I kept catching Mom's eye across the room, and she'd smile at me, this tight, strange smile I couldn't quite read. Then the toasts began. Daniel's father went first, telling embarrassing stories about Daniel's childhood. Everyone laughed. My maid of honor, Jessica, went next with a heartfelt speech about our friendship since college. People dabbed at their eyes. Then my mother stood up. The room went quiet. She looked radiant standing there, microphone in hand, that same tight smile on her face. She looked at me, then at Daniel, then out at the crowd. "Thank you all for being here," she began, her voice warm and measured. "Today is such a special day. When Sarah was born, I had so many dreams for her future." I smiled, feeling that familiar ache of wanting her approval. I dreamed she'd be smart, and she was. I dreamed she'd be successful, and she worked so hard to get there. I dreamed she'd marry well, and here we are. People nodded, smiling. Daniel reached for my hand under the table. But if I'm being honest, truly honest, I need to say something I've never said before. My stomach dropped. Something in her tone shifted. "Sarah, sweetie, stand up for a moment." Confused, I stood. 200 pairs of eyes locked onto me. Look at her, everyone. Beautiful, isn't she? In that dress I spent $15,000 on. With that ring Daniel spent God knows what on. She paused, taking a long sip of champagne. "You know what I see when I look at her?" "Oh no. Oh no, no, no. I see the biggest mistake I ever made." The room went silent. Someone gasped. I felt Daniel's hand tighten around mine. 28 years ago, I got pregnant at the worst possible time. I was young, I had dreams, I had plans. And then there was Sarah, tying me down, ruining everything. I gave up my career, my freedom, my entire life for a child I never really wanted. Mom, I whispered, but she kept going. And the worst part, she's never even been grateful. Never appreciated the sacrifice. Just took and took and took, like children do. So here's my toast, to Sarah, my beautiful daughter, the reminder of every dream I had to bury. May your marriage be everything mine wasn't. May you never feel as trapped as I did. And may you never have a daughter who disappoints you as thoroughly as you've disappointed me. She raised her glass. The champagne flute slipped from her fingers and exploded on the floor. Nobody moved. Nobody breathed. I stood there, my white dress suddenly feeling like a costume, my face burning with humiliation. Daniel was on his feet, shouting something at my mother. Jessica was crying. Guests were whispering, some standing, some frozen in shock. And my mother just stood there, smiling. That's when something inside me snapped, not broke, snapped. Like a branch that's been bent too far, too long. Finally springing back with all that stored energy. I walked over to the head table where Daniel and I had placed our rings in a crystal dish for the ring exchange ceremony we'd planned for later. My hands were steady as I picked them up, my platinum band, Daniel's matching one. Sarah, Daniel said behind me. What are you doing? I turned to face the room. 200 people stared at me. My mother's smile had finally faded. I'm leaving, I said clearly. This wedding is over. Sarah, no, Daniel started, reaching for me. I held up my hand. Did you hear what she just said to me? Did everyone hear it? Nods, murmurs. Someone said that was awful. I looked at my mother. You want to know why I disappointed you? Because you never loved me enough to see who I actually am. You loved the idea of me, the perfect daughter who'd make you look good. And I spent 28 years killing myself trying to be that person. Sarah, stop being dramatic, Mom said, but her voice shook. Dramatic? You just told 200 people you never wanted me. At my wedding. You humiliated me on what should have been the happiest day of my life. I laughed, and it sounded wild even to my ears. But you know what? Thank you. Thank you for finally being honest. Because now I can stop pretending we have a relationship worth saving. I turned to Daniel. His face was pale, confused, hurt. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I love you, but I can't do this right now. I can't start our marriage like this, in this place, after what just happened. I need time. Sarah, please keep your ring, I said, pressing his band into his palm. I'm keeping mine. When I'm ready, if I'm ready, we'll talk about doing this again. The right way. Without her. I pointed at my mother, then I walked out. I walked out of the Ashford estate in my $15,000 dress, carrying nothing but my ring and my phone. Past the shocked guests, past the expensive flowers, past the 5-tier cake I never got to cut, and I kept walking. Here's where the story gets interesting. I drove to Jessica's apartment in my wedding dress. She'd followed me out, still in her bridesmaid dress, mascara running down her face. We didn't talk. She just opened wine and let me sit on her couch in silence for 3 hours. Then my phone started buzzing. First, Daniel. 16 missed calls. I texted back. I love you. I need space. I'll call you in a few days. Then Jessica's phone started buzzing. Then mine again. Then hers. What the hell? Jessica muttered, checking her messages. Her face went white. Sarah, you need to see this. Someone had recorded my mother's toast. The whole thing, and posted it on Facebook. It had been shared 400 times in 2 hours. By the next morning, it was everywhere. TikTok, Twitter, Reddit, Instagram. Mother gives cruel toast at daughter's wedding became the top trending topic. The video had been viewed 2 million times. The comments were savage. That mother is a monster. Poor bride. I would have walked out too. The way she's just standing there smiling after destroying her daughter is psychotic. That woman should never have had children. My phone never stopped ringing. Friends, relatives, former coworkers, people I hadn't spoken to in years, everyone wanted to know if I was okay, if the video was real, what happened next. My mother called 37 times. I blocked her number. But here's the twist that changed everything. 3 days after the wedding that wasn't, I got a call from a number I didn't recognize. I almost didn't answer. Sarah Martinez. A woman's voice, professional. Yes. My name is Catherine Winters. I'm an attorney with Winters and Associates. I represent your maternal grandmother, Dorothy Chen. She'd like to meet with you. I froze. My grandmother. She's alive. Very much so. She saw the video of your wedding. She'd like to speak with you as soon as possible. Would tomorrow work? I'd been told my entire life that my mother's parents died when she was young. Car accident. Tragic. Don't ask questions. Apparently, that was a lie. Dorothy Chen was 73 years old, fierce, elegant, and absolutely furious with her daughter. My mother. We met at her lawyer's office, a sleek downtown high-rise. When I walked in, I saw an older Asian woman in a beautiful suit studying me with sharp, intelligent eyes. You look like your father, she said immediately. David, good man. Your mother drove him away too. I sat down slowly. I don't understand. She said you were dead. I'm sure she did. She told everyone I was dead 28 years ago when she got pregnant with you. You see, Sarah, I wanted her to keep you. I told her I'd help her, support her, take care of you while she finished school. Your father wanted to marry her. He loved her. My head was spinning. What happened? She refused. Said the baby you would ruin her life. She wanted an abortion. I told her that was her choice, but I didn't agree with her reasoning. We fought. Badly. She left, cut off all contact, and apparently told you I was dead. Dorothy's expression softened. I tried to find you. I hired investigators. She changed her name, moved around. By the time I tracked her down, she'd convinced everyone in her new life that I didn't exist. Why didn't you try harder? The question came out angrier than I intended. I did. She got a restraining order, claiming I was harassing her. Said I was unstable. The court sided with her, a young mother protecting her child from an unbalanced relative. I respected the order, kept my distance. But I never stopped checking on you from afar. I have a folder 3 inches thick of information about you, Sarah. Your school achievements, your volleyball games, your college graduation. Tears were running down my face. She told me her parents died. My whole life. I know, sweetheart. And when I saw that video of what she said to you at your wedding, Dorothy's jaw tightened. That's when I decided enough was enough. I want to be in your life, if you'll have me. And I want to do something I should have done years ago. What? Rewrite my will. Here's what I learned in that meeting. My grandmother was loaded. Like, seriously wealthy. Her late husband, my grandfather I'd never met, had been a successful commercial real estate developer. Dorothy inherited everything when he died 15 years ago. In her current will, my mother was set to inherit approximately $4.3 million, plus property and assets. I was leaving it to her because she was my only child, Dorothy explained. Despite everything, she's my daughter. But after seeing what she did to you, her own daughter, I realize I've enabled her cruelty by promising her this inheritance. She knew it was coming. It's probably why she put up with you at all. That hit like a punch. You think she only tolerated me because of money? Why else would she suddenly become Mother of the Year during your wedding planning? Sarah, that venue, that dress, that entire wedding, she was spending money to look good. To maintain her image as a loving mother. Because image matters when you're expecting an inheritance. My mind raced back through the past year. Mom's sudden interest in my life. Her insistence on paying for things. Her constant reminders that family is everything. It was all fake. All of it. I want to change my will, Dorothy said firmly. I want to leave everything to you. My daughter can find out what it's like to lose someone's support. Maybe then she'll understand what she did to you. I should have said no. I should have said it wasn't necessary, that I didn't need money, that revenge wouldn't heal anything. Instead, I said, when can we do it? The new will was executed within a week. Dorothy's lawyers were efficient. Everything, the money, the properties, the investments, would go to me upon her death. With a single exception. My mother would receive exactly $1 and a letter explaining why. But here's the beautiful part, Dorothy said with a wicked smile. I'm not dying anytime soon. I'm healthy, active, and frankly, I want to stick around to watch the fallout. So we're going to tell her now. Tell her. About the will change. And about the fact that I'm alive. And about the fact that you and I are having a relationship now. Are you ready to face her? Was I? My mother had spent my entire life making me feel worthless. She'd humiliated me at my own wedding. She'd lied to me about my family. I'm ready. Dorothy arranged a meeting at her lawyer's office. She invited my mother under the pretense of discussing family matters regarding Sarah, my mother, probably sensing an opportunity to spin the wedding disaster in her favor. Showed up in designer clothes and full makeup. Her face when she walked in and saw Dorothy sitting there was priceless. She whispered. You're supposed to be dead. Dorothy finished coldly. Yes, that's what you told everyone. Sit down, Michelle. My mother looked at me, and for the first time in my life, I saw genuine fear in her eyes. Sarah, I can explain. Sit down, I repeated. She sat. Catherine Winters, the lawyer, didn't waste time. Ms. Martinez, Mrs. Chen has asked you here to inform you of changes to her estate plan. As of last week, you are no longer the primary beneficiary of her will. You will receive exactly $1 upon her death. The rest, approximately $4.3 million in liquid assets, plus properties in Seattle and Portland, will go to your daughter, Sarah. My mother's face went through several colors. You can't do this. I'm your daughter. That money is mine. That money is mine, Dorothy corrected icily. And I can leave it to whomever I choose. I chose Sarah because, unlike you, she has integrity, compassion, and didn't just tell 200 people she never wanted her child. That was taken out of context. Really? I pulled out my phone. Should we watch the video again? I have it bookmarked. You want to point out the context I'm missing when you said I was the biggest mistake you ever made. Silence. Here's what's going to happen, Dorothy continued. Sarah and I are going to have a relationship. A real one. You are not invited. You will not contact her, harass her, or attempt to manipulate her. If you do, I will ensure that even that $1 gets contested. Do you understand? My mother looked at me with such pure hatred that I almost flinched. Almost. You've ruined everything, she hissed at me. Your whole life, you've been nothing but a burden, and now you've turned my own mother against me. Stop, I said quietly. I didn't turn anyone against you. You did that yourself. I spent 28 years trying to earn your love, and you couldn't even fake it for one day, the one day that mattered most to me. So no, I didn't ruin anything. You did. I stood up. I'm done. We're done. Don't call me. Don't text me. Lose my number? Forget you have a daughter, since you never really wanted one anyway. I walked toward the door, then turned back. Oh, and Mom? I'm getting remarried, to Daniel. We talked, we're working through it, and we're going to do it right this time. Small ceremony. People who actually love us. You're not invited. Her face crumpled, but I didn't care anymore. I left with Dorothy, and we went to lunch like normal people. Like a grandmother and granddaughter who actually cared about each other. That was 3 months ago. Here's where things stand now. Daniel and I did get remarried. City Hall, just us, Jessica, and Daniel's parents. Dorothy was there too. It was perfect. We're happy. We're in therapy together, working through the trauma of the first wedding, but we're solid. My mother tried to contact me 43 times in the first month. I blocked her everywhere. She showed up at my apartment twice. I called the police the second time. She finally stopped. Dorothy and I have dinner every Thursday. She's teaching me to play mahjong and telling me stories about my dad, who apparently tried to stay involved in my life but was blocked at every turn by my mother. We found him on Facebook. I'm flying out to meet him next month. I have a father. I have half-siblings. I have a whole family I never knew about. The wedding video is still online. It gets shared every few weeks. My mother's name is attached to it forever. People at her work have seen it. Her friends have seen it. She'll never escape it. Is that cruel? Maybe. But she stood up in front of everyone I cared about and tried to destroy me on the happiest day of my life. She made her bed. As for the rings, I still have mine. It sits on my left hand, next to the simple gold band Daniel gave me at our real wedding. I think of it as a reminder. I walked out of that disaster with my dignity, my self-respect, and my future. My mother walked out with nothing. Sometimes people ask if I'll ever forgive her. If we'll ever reconcile. The answer is no. You don't come back from what she did. You don't repair a relationship that was built on lies, manipulation, and conditional love that was never really love at all. But I'm not bitter. I'm free. I'm free from trying to be perfect enough, good enough, worthy enough. I'm free from chasing approval from someone who was never going to give it. I'm free from pretending we were something we never were. The best revenge isn't destroying someone. It's building a beautiful life without them and letting them watch from the outside. Knowing they threw away their invitation. My mother made me feel like a mistake for 28 years. Now she gets to live with the knowledge that the biggest mistake was hers, and she can never fix it. I walked out of that wedding with the rings, but I walked into something better, a real family, a real marriage, and a real understanding of my own worth, and that's worth more than any revenge could ever be. Update. A lot of people have asked what happened with the video and whether my mother faced any other consequences, so here's the epilogue. 2 months after the wedding disaster, my mother lost her job. Turns out her boss saw the video, and when combined with some attitude problems at work, I'm guessing she wasn't handling the public humiliation well, they let her go. She tried to sue for wrongful termination. It didn't go anywhere. She also lost most of her social circle. Turns out people don't really want to be friends with someone who publicly destroyed their own daughter. The few friends who stuck by her apparently got tired of her playing the victim and blaming me for ruining her life. Last I heard through the grapevine, she's moved to a different city. Starting over, I guess. Part of me, a very small part, feels bad. But then I remember standing in that reception hall in my wedding dress, listening to her tell everyone I was her biggest mistake. And that small part goes quiet. Dorothy is still healthy and thriving at 73. We're planning a trip to Japan together next spring, her homeland, which I never got to learn about growing up because I thought she was dead. Daniel and I are celebrating our 6-month anniversary, the real one, next week. We're happy. We're healing. We're building the kind of marriage that's based on actual love and respect, not performance and obligation. And me, I'm in therapy, working through 28 years of conditional love and emotional manipulation. It's hard work, but I'm getting there. I'm learning what it means to value myself, to set boundaries, to recognize that I was never the problem. The little girl who spent her whole life trying to be good enough for a mother who would never be satisfied, she's gone. I'm someone new now, someone stronger, someone who knows her worth, someone who walked out with the rings, and so much more.